Hey guys, welcome back to Don't Judge a Book, and my name is Maddie if you're new here, and I'm so glad you decided to join us. This is our weekly reading vlog 3? Yeah, 3. This is our third week doing weekly reading vlogs. I don't do monthly TBRs. I'm a mood reader, so I do weekly vlogs and kind of what I'm reading, but this week will be themed. I'm doing cozy mysteries. And I was just in the mood, was looking through some ebooks on my library and decided that this is what we're gonna do. So I will go over some of my favorite cozy mystery authors and books this week. But yeah, so let's get started. I did want to go over what I am reading as of today. I've started This Side of the Grave, so I am still continuing this series, even though this reading vlog will be basically cozy mysteries, but I still wanted to continue this series, and since I'm going to be in bed, I'll have a lot of time on my hands. So I'm on chapter 12. So this is really good so far. There's not much to talk about that's happened so far. So after the last one where they had to fight the person that was stealing her dreams, this is kind of like where they are trying to relax and trying not to dwell on evil in the world and everything, but it's cat and bones, so of course evil's gonna find them and they're gonna have to take care of it, and that's kind of where we are. We don't really know what the problem's gonna be yet. They're just now realizing that something's going on. Okay, so I also have started our cozy mysteries, and it was a library copy, and so it is the chocolate chip mystery, or the chocolate chip cookie murder, sorry you guys, by Joanne Fluke, and I really love her writing. This is the first book by her. I have heard really great things about her, and so far have really loved it. And so I'm really excited to continue. The second one I wanted to read like right now, but I have it on hold for the library. So the cliffhanger in her personal life in Hannah, her whole series, okay, I'm just gonna explain it right now. Her whole series walks through Hannah Swenson, and she owns a bakery / coffee shop called The Cookie Jar. And she lives in like a smaller town in Minnesota, and it snows a lot, and so that's kind of where we are, where, you know, like people, like tourists come because of the weather, basically, in her town. And so the first book, 2 murders happen, and she knows who they are, like the people in her town, and her brother-in-law, so her sister Andrea, is married to a detective, and he is trying to finish out getting his promotion as a detective, so he needs to solve this case, and she finds one of the bodies at the very beginning, and she decides that she will help him figure out who murdered this person. And she isn't a cop, so like people talk to her, because it is so funny, because people talk to her these weird questions that she asks, because she literally gives them cookies, and it's so funny. Like, she has a bag of cookies in her car for like emergency, so like one of the police officers in her town, like if she was to get pulled over, like she just gives them a bag of cookies and she just gets to go on her way. Like, it's just so funny. I love this funny world that this author has created. And after reading the book, I did some research and found out that she wrote this book in the 80s. And it should have given it away that she was on, like, they didn't have cell phones or computers that they would use. She would have like a phone with a long cord. Like, it kept saying like she would pull the long phone cord to the closet while, you know, like all this stuff. And in my head I was like, okay, small town, it's a bakery, like a lot of people still have landlines for businesses. I live in a small town, so like that's normal to me. But then after I found out that she originally wrote this book in the 80s, I was like, okay, this makes sense now. How they describe what they're wearing makes sense now. But I still loved it, and it actually aged really well. So I was really glad about that. I gave this book 4 stars, I believe. 4 stars. I gave it 4 stars. I was going to give it 3 because as it started, I was like, you can tell this is the first book she ever wrote. I know she can grow with this because it is a 27 book series so far. Like, she's still writing books for Hannah Swenson. And so I could tell that she could improve by her writing and how she grew Hannah's character. But then there was such a plot twist halfway through this book, you guys, that I was like, okay, this just added a star. And then I was wrong about who did it, except for, like, I guessed it right before we found out. Like, I was like, oh, now everything makes sense. This is who it's gonna be. And then, like, you flip 3 pages and I'm like, oh, yes, I was right. But, like, my first instinct was wrong, and that never happens in mysteries for me. So I always have to be careful with mysteries because I get bored so easily because I always guess who it is. And I didn't with this one. And that, I loved that. So that added a star for me. So I gave it 4 stars. I would recommend reading it. I'm going to continue on in the series. I'm going to see if I can find the second one somewhere else because my library has it on hold for another 4 weeks. And that's not ideal because this isn't a spoiler because it doesn't have to do with the mystery, but her mom loves to set her up with any eligible bachelor in town. Either it's a widow, a single person, or divorced. And so she, at the beginning, it like talks about like her mom trying to set her up with a dentist named Norman. And we see Norman throughout the book, and he's really sweet. He's kind of dorky and odd. And then at the end of the book, her brother-in-law gets a new partner, a new detective partner. And his name is Mike. And he is more of like the protective version. So like Norman's really dorky and sweet and like, you know, just kind of not a wallflower, but like he's not like a dominant personality. And Mike is like the protective, like wants to protect everybody. And so at the end, her mom has a bet with her that both guys will ask her on a date. And she said, no, I don't even know Mike. Me and Norman are just friends. And sure enough, the last page gets asked by both of them out. So I wanted to see how that happens because one's a detective and I'm like, okay, if she keeps solving murders, like, are they going to get to work together? So I'm excited about that. And I'm excited about reading her next one. She has a bunch of Christmas ones, so that's fitting for this season. So later in the vlog, you'll probably see me reading those. But right now, I'm going to finish This Side of the Grave and look into that. So I'll see y'all guys later. Okay, guys, had to jump back on real quickly because I don't have to wait for the library copy because I have the 30-day free Scrib subscription because I was listening to The Duke and I on audio and that was the only way I could listen to it. But anyway, I looked on there and I realized I was like, okay, it's not on KU. Apple Books doesn't have it for its like free, you know, thing that it does. And I was like, okay, let me just check Scribd. The worst comes to worst, I'll just have to listen to it on audiobook because I want to continue in the series for this vlog. Like, I shouldn't have to wait, right? And they have the ebook available on there too. Like, I totally forgot that they have ebooks on there as well as the audio. So I get to read it now for free. Woo! Okay, so that's it. So I will keep you updated as I read it. Hey guys, I just wanted to come on here and update you real quick about where I am with the reading. So I am still reading the Strawberry Shortcake Murder. So far, Hannah is judging a baking competition in town for the local high school to raise money. And the coach from the first book, he has been found dead in his house by his wife. And so they're trying to investigate with that. Mike and Bill don't want Hannah to investigate, but her sister Andrea and her have decided that they are, and they are going to go ask around, and they are going to try and clear their friend Danielle's name because they know she didn't murder her husband. So that's basically where we are now. Not much else has happened. It is really good though. Like, I like how the author has been putting in more details about around town and stuff, so keep y'all updated. Hi guys. So I am here to update you on my reading and life. So if you can hear the banging happening above my head, that's because we have had people ripping our roof off and putting it back on all week. So that's fun, and someone also stepped through the roof on accident, and so they're having to work on that now. So if you hear a lot of banging in this vlog, I'm in the bedroom, so I'm trying my best to try and drown out the sound as well as I can, but I literally had nowhere else to film, so, and we're kind of stuck here, so. But I did finish This Side of the Grave, and I gave it a 5-star. It wasn't my favorite of the series, but I really liked Kat's development in this one. And I mean, we didn't get a whole lot, but we got enough to where I was like, okay, I can tell where she is trying to become more mature. And we had another death in this book, so spoiler for that, but I'm not going to tell you who it is. It was really sad and made me cry. But it did leave on a big cliffhanger, and I'm excited to start the next book, but I probably won't get a chance to do that until next week, so next week's vlog will have that book in it. But I did want to update you guys on the Strawberry Shortcake murder, which you saw that I was in the middle of last clip. But I have decided to DNF it for now. I'm used to listening to Cozy Mysteries on audio and reading it along with the audio. And then if I get up to cook or do something, I would just keep the audio going. Because my problem with older Cozy Mysteries is they have some downtime that is not well written. So the clue part, the murder part, the mystery part, the investigating part is always really good, and I keep turning the page and want to keep reading. But right now, we have just read a conversation between her and her sister about literally nothing that could possibly do with the plot. Like, it's just not going to. And so I didn't really enjoy that, and so it was putting me in a reading slump, and I didn't want to. So I decided that I would pick up Pridemates, which it's a mystery in itself. It's a paranormal mystery, and she is a lawyer, and I can't remember her, Kim. I think her name's Kim, maybe. She's a lawyer, and she's human, but she has to defend a shifter in this magical world that she is just now realizing it's real and all this stuff. But I ended up giving this one 3 stars. Didn't really like it. It was really cozy though. Like, I did enjoy the mystery part of it, but I didn't enjoy the paranormal side of it, like with the magic system and all that. Like, the shifters had to wear like this weird chain collar to keep like their powers down, and I didn't like that. It just really bothered me, especially in this day and age. I feel like she could have done a better job. But I gave that one 3 stars, and I will link my Goodreads down below so you can read my full review if you want to on that book. But then I did read Making Changes, and I loved that book. I read it a while ago, but didn't remember anything about it, and picked it back up because I was in a reading slump, and I was like, you know what, I need a cute romance to get me out of this slump. And so I read it, and it was really cute. It's a plus size heroine, so that was really nice. And she ends up divorcing her like mean abusive husband, and ends up moving in with her boss because he has his personal assistant like live next to him. And it's really cute, and they fall in love, and he has a brother and she becomes best friends with his brother, so it was really cute. But I am about to film a book haul, so y'all can go check that out. And I will keep y'all updated when I decide to pick up another book.